There are two or three things that I would like to talk about. I think we should not certainly be in a denial mode at all. The reality is that digital is changing the world. The tomorrow's consumer is going digital in a big way. Now, that doesn't mean that it's an either-or situation. Because for ages, we have always talked about either-or. We have talked about whether if modern retail succeeds, will traditional retail continue? If foreign retailers come in, will the Indian retailers do well? Or will the mom and pop shops do well? It's always either-or. And to my mind, I think it's not so much about how much share of sales do you get from your e-commerce. It's more about how much of your sales is digitally influenced. So if you look at some research in the US, in 2015, nearly 64% of the sales in stores was digitally influenced, which means that the inspiration for shopping, the information required for shopping, and the actual decision in many instances was taken even before the customer reached the shop. So that is what is important to understand, and that ratio went up from 49% 2014 to 64%, so just a 15% increase just in 1 year. So very soon it will be 100%, the digitally influenced part. And that if we understand as bricks and mortar retailers, I think then we are certainly not in a mode where we say that we're going to be wiped out or we're going to be facing problems, etc. When you're not prepared for it, that's when the pain comes in. And if you look at the electronics bricks and mortar retailers who have suffered some setback, particularly from online retailers who have been discounting heavily, where does the problem come from? So there are, according to me, 3 lessons which are important from our own experiences. And number 1 is about the need to recalibrate your cost structure. That is really, really important, and do it ahead of time. The whole concept of everyday low cost of buying, low cost of operating, low cost of moving goods, low cost of construction. That is critical for bricks and mortar retailers. So recalibrating the cost structure, whether it is the rental costs or the utilities costs or the people cost and number of people, head count, looking at unit labor per hour, etc., those become very critical. The second thing is about replenishing the revenue streams. What are the other revenue streams that are possible in your bricks and mortar space? And when you look around, there are plenty of opportunities in terms of looking at new customer segments, certain categories, which it is very difficult to shop online and more prone to only offline experience. Eventual buying decision will be taken offline while price comparison may take place. So that is the second part. The third part is reshaping your corporate strategy, looking at asset-light approach, looking at partnerships. That is going to be critical. Looking at your talent and looking at whether you are totally equipped in terms of the next generation talent that you need to play the omni-channel game.